Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Wasteland Let's Play. So in the last episode, we were spending most of our time gearing up for the missions to come, and that meant mostly getting combat armor made, such as what Grim is wearing. Oh, you can't actually see it on him right now, but you can see it up here. So Grim, Cazador, and Raynor got a little bit of combat armor so that they will be prepared to go out and do stuff like this item stash quest, for example. There's also some other missions that we'll need to be doing, but you get the idea. So as soon as they wake up, I think we'll start getting ready for that. I do have a bit of a concern about food. There's only 25 survival meals here, so I'll probably have them take a couple of simple meals with them too. The only issue there, of course, is those will spoil. So we'll need to find a balance where, you know, they're not bringing food just to essentially waste it, but enough food that they'll be able to complete this journey without any problems. So let's get things rolling. And while we do that, I'm going to load the world map up because we're, of course, going to need this if we're going to send people out. So we'll generate the planet and all that good stuff, and then we will survey all the missions available to us. Which I believe there is... man, I've got too many playthroughs going on. I don't recall if this one had like 3 or if that was the other one. No, it was this one. Yeah, so we've got the incapacitated refugee, the outpost, and the item stash. This, I think, is our top priority because we really could use that medicine. And let's see, so we're looking at 3.2 days, which I think is significantly better than it told us last time. And that's still not factoring in how fast we might be moving, so it could potentially still be less than that. 3.2 days there, so maybe a 7-day round trip, which leaves us with 4 days, give or take, for this. And that's only going to take us about a day to get there. So that's good. We'll be able to rescue that person and then head directly from there to here. And that's not too bad either. So all in all, it might take us like 2 weeks to get all 3 of these done, but I think it is worth doing every single one of them. So again, let's wait till people start waking up, which they are. It's a bit early. I'm surprised so many people are waking up like 4 a.m. But you know, whatever they decide to do. I've also set up some bills on these fires here. Anything under about 40% quality clothing wise is going to get torched. So all of these vault suits that are, you know, damaged, we're just going to burn them since we've already made replacements. But in the future, I'm going to look at adding a mod that will allow us to repair those. I have that mod running in the Jurassic RimWorld playthrough, but it's not working the way it should be. So I haven't really been using it, and I don't want to try to rely on it here and have the same issue. But I will try to add something like that so that we can actually mend clothing rather than just constantly replacing it. And I'll also add a disassembly mod too, so that we can, if we're not going to use, you know, damaged clothing or repair it, we can at least get some fabric back. Okay, so Grim is awake, Cazador's awake, Raynor's awake. Let's send them now before it gets too late in the day. I'd like them to be able to make quite a bit of progress. So let's get this caravan formed. Everybody in green. So you, and you. They should be pretty well armed. We'll bring all of these. That's 5 days worth of food. That's not enough for the round trip though. But we can hope that they'll be able to recover some food while they're there. We are attacking an outpost after all, so generally the people holding the outpost have food of their own. And let's give them, I guess, a week's worth of food, because that's roughly how long it should take them at the most, because again, that kind of rounds up that estimate. So 7 days worth of food. They shouldn't need all of that, and then of course it will get supplemented by the food they loot when they get there. So I think that's good. We'll give them some medicine too. Herbal medicine should be more than enough. Let's give them that 7 plus I don't know, another 17 here. That's gotta be overkill, but you know, it's fine. Got a lot of it. And that's pretty much all we need. Yeah, there's nothing else that we really need to bring. Oh, no, that's the other playthrough. Sleeping bags. I was gonna say sleeping bags, but we don't have them. Not here anyways. Those are nice, because when they do stop and sleep on the way, if you have sleeping bags, they will actually use them and get more rest, so they won't need to sleep as long. So that's quite handy, but we don't have that available. Right, so let's choose our route. We're going from here to there. So 2.5, that's even better than the lower estimate that we got. Fantastic. So we'll lock that in. And it looks like they'll have about 2 extra days worth of food, which is great. Assuming that we don't linger there, which is entirely possible. We are, again, hitting an outpost, so people may get injured. We may take prisoners. There's a lot that can happen in those missions. Well, I've also asked for some chandeliers to be built in here. These are the medium ones. They should help keep this room lit when the sun lamps are off. And that will just make it easier for people to work. Especially like harvesting, when these aren't on, will go slower when it's dark. So having it lit, 24/7 will mean that regardless of when we're harvesting, it'll be done efficiently. Also, having rooms lit does decrease the spawn chance of infestations, so that's just a nice little benefit to having those lights. I need to terraform something real quick before I forget, so we need that done. And is that it? I believe so. So since we're already here, let's get the tilled soil down. Unfortunately, they won't do tilled soil where there's chunks. Or maybe they will. Oh, those are being terraformed under there. Okay. That shouldn't have been soil, but oh well, I can fix that later. Oh, okay, that also needs to be terraformed, it looks like. Got it. But yeah, these center ones I like to mark out with a different floor type, just so it's easier to... Okay, so I had it there. And then I canceled it. So steel grating, just to mark the center so I can find where the lamp needs to be easier. Okay, so there we go. Why is this have a line through it? I do not know. Also, somebody was saying that there was still a mechanoid potentially up and about, but I've yet to see one, and nothing's come to attack us, so I was fairly certain we got them all. God, what a mess up there. Anyway, I have not seen a mechanoid. And I still have yet to see one. Because it was my impression that, like, this guy's... Oh, this one's down, but not dead. I guess maybe that's what they were referring to? But the last one that I was aware of came over here and fought the Mega Spider to the death. The Mega Spider won, but then died shortly after. Who can go handle that for me? Tadashi's kind of busy cooking. Yeah. We've got rice coming in, right? Oh yeah, we got a lot of rice coming in. I guess I could have Perkin do it. Perkin, we got a job for you. Come finish that thing off and then haul it inside. But that must have been the one they're referring to, because I guess it's technically not dead, although it's no threat to anybody at this point. Okay, so they are on their way to the outpost. I do like that feature in 1.0 where you basically set the destination in the setup, because then you don't have to worry about, like, okay, they're ready, now I need to go. You know what, I could have just done... Oh, I can't do a shutdown protocol, okay. You know, I wonder if it's better for you to do, like, target practice. There we go. Okay, if you would be so kind as to haul that back. We'll get some goodies out of it. I've also asked them to deconstruct these structures right here. We're going to build our defenses on this side of the water. And so I don't want the enemy to have structures of their own to use as cover. The chunks we're going to have to live with because hauling those is going to be an absolute nightmare. But at least they won't have walls to hide behind. The chunks give like 50% cover. Right? Yeah, 50%. Versus a wall, I don't know if it'll actually tell you. But it's considerably more. If you're directly behind it, I believe it's 100% cover. And then when you poke out, I think you still get like 50, or maybe even more than that. Anyway, we don't want them to have that, so we are going to get rid of it. Okay, so that's getting disassembled. We're getting some extra jumpsuits made. I haven't really checked on our prisoners lately. Sardine? How is your prisoner stuff coming? Not great. Not great. I don't know how efficient we're being with our recruiting. Philly? Okay, so Philly is nearly broken, I guess. Is the word that I think the game uses. It's more of like persuaded, really. Like, we're not torturing them to lower their resistance. We're just kind of having friendly chats. So broken, I don't know if that's like the most accurate term, but that's what the game uses, I think. Andre's almost there as well. And then of course Mars has no resistance remaining, but I don't believe we're recruiting Mars. No, we're not. Because of course Mars has a broken spine. So we will recruit Mars and we will fix his back, but we don't have the means for that right now, so I don't see any point to recruiting him. We'll just leave him in that bed. Make sure he gets fed and taken care of and all that. Basically, the reason why I'm doing that is because as a prisoner, his needs are not really relevant. At least in terms of our colony and how the game functions. But as soon as he becomes a colonist, then, you know, I get constant notifications about break risks and things like that because he hasn't been outside in long enough. So he's much lower maintenance as a prisoner. We just make sure he's fed, we make sure he's washed. They bring him a bedpan, and that is sufficient for the time being. Okay, so we got 2 chandeliers in there, good. And occasionally people are coming in and tilling that soil. I don't know when we're going to put in the lamps for these, because honestly, I don't know if our power can tolerate it. Let's see. We're at in excess of 13,500 watts right now, but when these kick back on, it's not going to be nearly that high. So I think we need to wait and see where we're at during daylight when these are running, and then decide if we can maybe run a slight deficit during the day and just make it up at night, or if we should maybe just play it safe. How are you guys doing? So you're about 2 days out. Okay. They're not making great time, unfortunately. They left at roughly 8 a.m. Well, no. We sent them at 8 a.m. They left probably closer to 9 or 10. And it's been, what, 16 hours since then? So it's been more than half a day. Yeah, they're running a little bit slower, I think, than the estimate that we got last. So it'll probably take them a little bit closer to 3 days. We'll see. How many of these are decent quality? I think every single one of these is normal or better. Also, I think she's still cranking these out. But I believe... Okay, so that one hasn't been assigned yet. Question is, who needs one? I guess Schmidt needs one. Is there any others? That one's been assigned. So not yet. But yeah, we'll keep producing those because they are a little bit easier to accommodate in the bedrooms. We'll probably find a place for a statue in every bedroom too. But I'm less in a hurry to, you know, do that. Also, let's see, Rainer's got a bed there. I'm actually considering, yeah, let's do this since they're not asleep right now. I'm gonna put Raynor here. Where is he? Schmidt, Pearl, Perkin, Tadashi, Locke, Abel, Jaxa, Kate, and Lilith. I guess because he's not currently present, I can't assign him a bed. But I was gonna put Raynor there and put Pete here because Raynor is a fighter. Pete is not. Pete is incapable of violence. So I'd like the people with guns closer to the entrance. And then people like Pete that just run around the base all day. It doesn't really matter where he is because he's cleaning the whole base. He just kind of runs around willy-nilly. So, yeah. I'm also going to copy another one of these over here. The reason why I did the bigger chandeliers in the middle is because I couldn't center the smaller ones. These are all too wide. And so what I might eventually do, it's not really necessary because these are giving us enough light. But if the asymmetry of like big chandelier versus small chandelier bothers me, what I can do is get rid of these and then take the bigger ones and, you know, put them like here, there, there, and there. But that is a bigger draw on power. In fact, the bigger chandeliers require twice as much. So not only would I need more if I was going to do it like that, but each one is worth effectively 2 of these. So that's a pretty significant net loss. Alright, we're done with jumpsuits for the time being. Let's maybe ask for 1 or 2 extra combat armors to be made. I don't recall which ones we did. So I think we did 2 of these. Yeah. I would like... Here, let's just cancel them. Well, we can cancel all of this. We're not going to make any more of any of those things specifically. Let's ask for 2 more of the lightest combat armors. Again, I'm trying to stick with those because I need to rebalance the costs of the other ones. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. I also haven't had a chance to recenter the helmets, as you may have noticed. So, I'll try to do that soon. But the light is sufficient for now. I'll probably give it to like Tadashi, who is carrying quite the big gun. Kind of like our defender while the security forces are away. And Perkins got a decent gun too, so he might get the other one. Ambrosia Sprout, okay. Interesting. Ambrosia sprouting outside. I don't think it's going to live very long, but we'll keep an eye on it because that's the only life outside of the vault that we've seen, other than raiders, of course. Okay, so we finished that? Yes, perfect. Alright, then. Yeah, so I am running that mending mod here as well, but again, it's not working as intended. Let's see. What do we want to do next? It's actually quite a few things, but none that jump out as like top priority. Let's go up. Actually, you know what we need is... I don't think we can make these yet. Yeah, that's definitely next. And that'll be relatively easy as well. Mortars, maybe some water stuff, so like power showers, smart toilets, that'll save us on water. And then a hot tub to relax in could be good. These gun turrets kind of suck, but I guess we should do them eventually just to have them as backups. And I think carpet making would be good too. That'll let us make rugs that we can put, or excuse me, doormats that we can put in places to kind of preserve the cleanliness of our base. So that should give us plenty to do for the foreseeable future. But yeah, we can put like doormats here or something, and that way they don't track dirt in with them, and we can put them here as well to kind of like double up, and then that'll kind of sequester all the dirt to this entry and make Pete's job a little bit easier. Not that his job is that hard, but he does have a lot of area to cover, so that should help. Philly is already about to pop out some combat armor. Philly has been, for somebody who's not actually part of our colony, she's been quite useful. She is very old though. We'll have to see about her eyes at some point. When she joins us, maybe we'll look at like producing bionic eyes. We have a pirate merchant. Okay. So they are going to come to us, who I believe Schmidt is probably the most well suited to talking to them. Although Pearl is pretty good at it as well. Oh, and cargo pods. What do we get? A bunch of chocolate bars? Okay, we'll take those. Let's see, who's not busy? Kate, you're cutting stone. What, you're going to bed right now? What are you doing? Also going to bed? Schmidt, you're a little bit younger. Can you run out here and pick all these up? These are actually pretty useful because they don't spoil. Chocolate in this game doesn't spoil. So they effectively work as packaged survival meals, because it's not like there's different types of nutrients in this game. So you can get by just eating chocolate all day. If only we lived in such a world. I still have this turret as well. I don't know where I want to put it. I guess when we build our little fortification out here, I can plop it down like that maybe, so that nothing could get around it. Or I guess it would probably be there, because I'll have embrasures protecting it. But yeah, that way at least nothing gets by us. Or at least nothing gets by the turret without getting shot at. And then we'll have space, you know, around it so that people can set up firing positions. But I'm pleased with that. Oh, somebody also suggested, and I like this idea, since this wasn't perfectly symmetrical, we'll create a stockpile here for chem fuel. Just so that we always have it on hand, right next to where it's needed. So we'll clear everything, and then we're only going to allow chem fuel there. And that's set to critical versus this being just normal. So chem fuel in here will get moved to there, just so it's, again, a little bit closer to where it needs to be. These guys make me nervous running around in circles outside my base like they are, so I'm gonna ask Schmidt to come talk to them now. Oh, why am I right clicking? She's not drafted. And let's see, Fox here is the trader. There's also somebody with a mission apparently who's just wandered into our base. Yeah, please stop letting the outside inside. They have medicine. I think I'm gonna buy it, because 3 medicine could be the difference between life or death for somebody. They also have fertility booster. Interesting. I guess that's the children and learning mod, possibly. And some maxi cola. That's quite expensive. I don't think we want that. I'm going to unload some of these statues. Yeah, let's do that. And let's see. We have like 100 of this one. To be honest, we have like a lot of all of these. So how many can I get rid of? Is there anything else I could buy from them? I don't need a warg. That's not going to help me. No, I don't really see anything. They don't have a whole lot to offer here, so if I keep one of these normal ones, does that... Yeah, that's about as close as we'll get without giving them anything for free. I can live with that. Okay, Schmidt, where are you? You'll have to bring that inside. See what this guy wants? Okay, so peace talks, bandit camp, item stash, or trade request. It's going to cost us 62 silver. I think we have enough going on right now. As much as I'd like to do this, we just don't have enough survival meals right now to be running all over the map. So, I appreciate the opportunity, I guess, but again, we're just not quite ready. So, pick up the medicine, and then if you could haul all of the silver. Oh, and before you go back inside, please dismiss them. Alright, off they go. Stop walking inside, man. What's going on with your head, by the way? Like, why does your head have wings? I don't understand. You're not wearing anything that would do that. Is that part of his head? Now I'm kind of curious. What is that? It must be his hairdo or something. It just doesn't match the color of his facial hair. That's weird. But facial stuff does allow that. Through facial stuff, you can actually have beards and hair that are different colors. So, yeah, it must just be a really ridiculous haircut. Let's check back in over here. Well, I guess I'll click you. 1 day out, and they're about to make it to the actual road, so they should be moving a lot quicker. Good. Okay, how are you doing? Middle stage. Who else was? Oh, Pearl, right. That's going to be pretty interesting for Pearl, because she's the only doctor. So, she might have to deliver her own child. Okay, we're done with square pot plants. No, I think we're going to do some more of those. Give me, I don't know, 10 more? And let's see here. That one doesn't have a destination, nor does that one, nor does that one. So did they get installed then? All the ones I had queued up? It looks like they did. Okay. So let's just keep them going. We'll drop that in. We're doing them across the door from the bed, it looks like. There we go. It's so busy in there, it's hard for my eyes to pick up where they all are. So that one, and I believe this is the only other one. So there we go. We'll need one for this room and this room. This one. So that's 4. And then another 5, so 9. I guess 10 was a pretty good estimate. That'll give us 1 extra. Oh, somebody's resistance was almost broken right there. Tadashi, come grab this armor. I don't know where the other one is. Maybe not done yet. No, Philly's doing it right now. Okay. So he's got some armor. Probably not going to bother with a helmet. I don't think it's necessary, given that he... Oh, peace talks. Oh, good old Dank man. Anyway, again, he's not like a primary fighter. I'm just giving him some protection if he ever needs to defend the base. Look at these prisoners taking baths. What is this? This isn't a resort. You guys tried to kill us. That's why you're in there. Alright, so I've noticed that we're not getting power over here. And obviously that's something that we kind of need. So I'm going to continue the conduit like so. And we'll connect all this up. And I guess we'll run it around the perimeter too, because why not? Screw it. We'll run it through that whole section. And then we'll bring it across this as well. There we go. Do we need any more redundancy? I guess we can connect this up. I'll probably do more later, but for now that's good enough. That way it can route itself in like maybe 3 or 4 different ways if something gets damaged. So that we don't have blackouts if, you know, a conduit bursts and gets destroyed here. You know, it'll just route around the other direction or through the middle. How are we doing on the walls? Good. It looks like they finished all this. I still need to get them to mine that steel out. I'm just not really in a hurry to do it. And they've done all but these 2 corners and this section here. So that's actually pretty much all the walls. That's good. Oh, and they've finished terraforming down here, so let's get that tilled. And how much does the sun lamp cost to make? 40 steel. Let's build it. I'm probably going to turn it off. Just have it there ready, and then as soon as we want to start growing, we can go ahead and flick it on. I'm also going to ask that they do not replant this. Or you know what I'll do is I'm going to ask them to plant it with neutral leaf for now instead. He's got hypothermia. Oh no. Alright, so we've arrived at the outpost, and we see 5 enemies. I believe the briefing said that there was only going to be 5, so I think we're looking at everybody right now. And I'm seeing a lot of melee weapons, so this is going to be even easier than we thought. Although this guy's got combat armor. I don't know how these guys are spawning with the stuff that I'm making. They shouldn't be able to. But they are, so I'll need to continue to figure out what the hell's causing that. But I see a knife, a mace, 2 clubs, and a gladius. So they have no guns as far as I can tell. We'll go ahead and wipe the floor with them, take their base, let Raynor warm his hands and feet and stuff because he's getting pretty nasty hypothermia. I think the combat armor is what's protecting them. Yeah, because they're not even touched by it, so I think the combat armor is what's making the difference. So we'll need to get him proper combat armor. But we don't have time for that today, so we're going to leave off right here, and in the next episode we'll take the outpost and send them home. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.